Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of the Ratliff Mandolins weekly production diary. It is Monday and what a day I've had already up to now. Let's see how to share all this. We have a couple of peach trees in the yard, and one of them we bought a couple of years ago. It's about yay tall, and this weekend I noticed that it had all these funny looking things on the leaves, and got on the internet and figured out that it had peach leaf curl, and the recommended treatment was to pull all of the effective leaves off of this tree. So I started my Monday morning with out in the yard de-leafing a peach tree. That took a little while. I also had to make a quick trip up to my son's house to drop off some stuff. I had to, I've got a phone friend who called me this weekend and asked me if I could send him a blank mandolin neck. And so I packed that up and took that to the post office and sent that. Spent some time on the phone with my brother. We're trying to straighten out a kind of a mess with my mom's phone. Changed the battery in the clock. These things had broken, fixed them, and fixed this thing which you've seen in previous videos, but it wasn't tightening up good enough to hold a mandolin. And I use this to hold a mandolin nut when I'm filing on it and shaping it, and so I kind of modified that. And after having done all of that, it is now 1:30 in the afternoon, and I still haven't even started on mandolins for the production job part of my job, which if you've been following the series, you know that. We're down to the last 4 mandolins now. This is mandolin number 7, I think, in the batch, and I've got the nut fit on it, and we're getting ready to put the keys and stuff on it. And then 8, 9, and 10, 3 A-style mandolins. They are in more or less the same stage of construction. So my goal, the big goals for this week are to get strings on every mandolin in this batch and be done with this batch, with the exception of just distributing the mandolins where they need to go. So we're going to try to put strings on 4 mandolins this week, and let's just see if we can pull that off. Oh, and I forgot to mention there's one more thing that's going to take away from my Monday work day. Today is the day of the solar eclipse, and I think we're going to have, I think they said like a 95% totality of the solar eclipse. So here in just a few minutes, I guess I'll walk outside and see what that looks like. So it's all put together. That's mandolin number 7 in the batch. It is now officially mandolin 1272. It's an F-style master model, single piece back, nice curly maple back, curly maple sides and neck. It's got a speed neck. I think I've described all this mandolin before. It's got pearl inlaid, binding all over, James tailpiece. Just a really nice little mandolin, and we are waiting. The customer ordered it with a Bobelock case, and I got notification yesterday that the case was shipped and we're good to go. So right now we're just awaiting that case to get here before we can deliver this mandolin. So Mandolin number 1272, we're all taken care of. Now we're going to head for one of those A styles, probably mandolin number 8. Okay, here's my Wednesday midday check-in. Mandolin number 8 now has the strings on it. It is a nice little A style mandolin with a walnut peghead overlay and some black buttons, ebony fingerboard, ebony bridge, black end pin button, nice engraved tailpiece, and some pretty nice wood on the back of it as well. Let me play you a tune on it. And that is number 8 in the batch. It is now number 1273, I think. I'm going to grab the case, put it in the case, go grab mandolin number 9, and get started on putting the strings on it. And I imagine that will be my Wednesday check-in, because I don't have enough time, I don't think, to put the strings and all the hardware and stuff on the number 9, and I won't get to finish it until tomorrow, Thursday, and I'll check back in with you then. And here we have mandolin number 9, very similar to mandolin number 8. Nice tobacco sunburst, some pretty decent wood in it, nice side wood. Top, I'm getting ready to take the tape off of the fretboard, and I will fit the bridge, put the keys on tailpiece, and then the strings. We'll be playing this one sometime tomorrow, probably. Okay, it is now Thursday, and I am doing the last thing that I usually do for a mandolin, which is engrave the tailpiece for mandolin number 9 over there, which is now officially mandolin 1274. So here's you a good close-up shot of that tailpiece, and we're going to see if we can coax a tune out of this mandolin. And there it is, mandolin 1274. It is time for me to dig out a case, put it in the case, and go get the next mandolin, which is the last one, mandolin number 10 in the batch, and see if we can't get strings on it as well. Number 10, if you'll recall, is the unusual little mandolin. It's got some little flare out spots right in here. It's basically an A style, and I actually bent the sides and stuff in an A style mold. Just I put some inserts in there to kind of reshape. Got that little part right there, and this little nook right here, and a different peg head. So I'm kind of anxious to see this as a finished product. It's something a little different. Now, like I mentioned before, it's Thursday and it's late enough in the day that I suspect that I will not get the strings and everything on this one until sometime tomorrow morning. Just getting the keys fit and the tailpiece and do all the fret work. That takes a while. So I suspect that this will kind of fill up the rest of the day. But wait! Before we close down Thursday's diary entry, if you'll recall, mandolin number 7 was ordered with a Bobelock case. Now, I've never had a Bobelock case, never bought one, never delivered a mandolin in one, but I ordered one for the customer, and just a few minutes ago it showed up. So before we close Thursday's entry, how about we open this box up and see what a Bobelock case looks like. I might have should have mentioned that a Bobelock is a brand name of cases. Okay, a million peanuts. Now let's see what we can do about that. Well, that was just enough of the peanuts gone to be able to dig the case out. Invoice. I'm going to set the case aside and move that cardboard box. Okay, I've moved the table around and fixed the camera so that we can see real good. This is a piece of that colored tape. Tells what the stock number is, or the style, and what color it is, and I guess the manufacture date. Oh. Got a cloth on the outside. This is called an arrow case. They also make a square one. So the upper zipper is just a big pocket. A Velcro flap there, covering 2 other zippers. There are rings here, I guess, for a, carrying strap. Flap goes back. Fiberglass case. Two nice latches. The kind that, I know you can't see them right there, but they're the kind that pop open. And the interior of the case. Let's turn this around here so that you can see as well. Only two latches. There's the carrying strap that goes on those rings that I mentioned earlier, there and there. Whoop. And we'll flap that. Case pocket there with, I assume, the key, the lock, some silica gel, a humidity thing right there, and no pocket down here, apparently. Just this pocket, tad small. Alright, so I brought the mandolin number 7 in here in the case that I put it in just to hold it while we were waiting on this case. So let's see how it fits. Velcro straps. A tad loose, but not bad at all. Not bad at all. That's a Bobelock 1029 Arrow case. A-R-R-O-W. And I'm assuming that you can take it out of that cloth cover very easily and just carry it like a regular case, without the cover. So, very nice case. Good deal. So now we can deliver this mandolin to the customer. And so there we have mandolin number 10, the last and final mandolin in this batch. I'll tell you a little story about mandolin number 10. I started building it just because I wanted to see if I could do those fancy little body points and that sort of thing. And a local fella here said that he would like to buy it, and he actually did put a little bit of money down on it, but I haven't been able to connect with him for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and so who knows? I may have this mandolin for sale at some point in the future. I don't really know. But anyway, it's the last one in the batch. As you can see, the wall behind me is now empty. And so we can move on to the next batch. But first, like I mentioned before, we're going to do whatever built up repair work. I've got a couple of my mandolins here, and a fiddle, and a mid-60s Gibson F7 that needs a refret. So we'll be doing repair work next week, and I certainly hope you come back and check with us next episode to see how that goes. And then, of course, after that, in future episodes, we'll have the upcoming batch, and it's going to be sort of an odd, strange batch as well. So, but all that comes in the future. Stick with us. Come back each and every week for a new episode of the Ratliff Mandolins weekly production diary, and I certainly hope to see you then. And until then, I'll just say thanks for watching and bye.